Breaking bombshell news this evening, because according to reports in the Mail on Sunday tomorrow, Prince Andrew secretly told paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, quote, "We are in this together."
Once known as the charming action man of the monarchy, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, once Prince Andrew, is now a man stripped of every title, privilege and public role. But as the dust settles on his royal downfall, disturbing and frankly bizarre stories continue to emerge about his private life, revealing a man who lived in staggering excess, and who seemed to believe normal rules simply didn't apply to him. And while many reports remain unproven, the pattern of these allegations is obvious. From demands for attractive masseuses to claims of wild partying abroad involving dozens of women, it paints a portrait of a royal who confused power with privilege, and privilege with pleasure. Let's uncover the story behind Andrew's secret indulgences, and why insiders say his private world was every bit as chaotic as his public one. There was a time when Andrew could do no wrong. The second son of Queen Elizabeth II, a decorated naval officer and a royal bachelor adored by the press. But beneath that polished surface was a man with an ego as large as his royal title. Over the years, whispers began circulating about his temper, his arrogance, and his unrelenting appetite for attention, and, allegedly, for female company. According to royal insiders, Andrew's behaviour on overseas trips was so unpredictable that staff dreaded being assigned to him. He reportedly made lavish personal demands, insisted on staying in the most expensive suites, and enjoyed what one aide described as a lifestyle far beyond his rank. But it's his alleged private preferences that have caused the most fascination. Royal biographer Robert Jobson, in The Windsor Legacy, describes what he calls Andrew's taste for massages.
Every time I saw him, he tried to hug me, he'd sometimes try and kiss me, and every time, again, we'd just have, I'd put my hand out and kind of push him away. And just...
According to the author, Andrew's team knew to book only attractive women for his sessions. One aide reportedly recalled an incident in New York where Andrew demanded a massage in his hotel suite. But when the therapist arrived, a woman he apparently deemed too large, he sent her away within minutes. It's the kind of anecdote that might sound trivial on its own, but within the broader pattern of Andrew's reported behaviour, it highlights a man said to be utterly consumed by appearances, his own and others. Even palace insiders have said his vanity bordered on obsession. He would reportedly spend hours preening before public events and expected constant praise from his staff. One former employee claimed that if he felt ignored or slighted, he'd lash out, often loudly.
Prince Andrew has got a case to answer on all levels, including bullying. And I suffered at the hands of Prince Andrew. Young girls suffered at the hands of Prince Andrew, his maids, other police officers.
Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Andrew's reputation as Randy Andy was splashed across the tabloids. He was photographed at nightclubs, private yacht parties, and lavish dinners filled with beautiful guests. But one of the most shocking claims comes from royal historian Andrew Lowney, who alleges that during a taxpayer-funded trade mission to Thailand, Andrew's behaviour crossed from flamboyant into scandalous. According to Lowney's research, Andrew reportedly had up to 40 women brought to his luxury hotel suite over just 4 days. 40. Officially, he was there on royal duty, representing Britain's trade interests. Unofficially, witnesses say the former Duke appeared far more interested in personal recreation. The trip, insiders say, left diplomats mortified. And yet, back then, Andrew's royal status made him untouchable.
I can honestly say that he's been protected by the royal household and the royal family. He's never had to answer for anything.
The palace brushed off rumours, the press were cautious, and the man himself appeared smugly confident that he could do whatever he pleased. Those close to Andrew describe a man who craved admiration and rarely took no for an answer. One former staff member described him as a man who didn't understand boundaries. Even behind closed doors, Andrew reportedly lived as though the world revolved around him. One source claimed he referred to his staff as "my team of servants," demanding that everything from his toothpaste to his shoelaces be laid out in a precise order every morning. Others say he had very specific rules about how women around him should behave, and even about their appearance. One royal aide claimed he once joked that he didn't like being served by large women, adding, "It ruins the view." If true, it paints a troubling portrait. A man not just of wealth and privilege, but one completely detached from the reality of those around him. As trade envoy, Andrew was supposed to represent British interests abroad. Instead, reports suggest he used the role as an opportunity to indulge in luxury. First-class flights, presidential suites, security teams treated like personal assistants. He was known to throw extravagant dinners with fine wine and endless courses, all funded by taxpayers.
The Queen Mother used to own this building, so I assumed the money, so when she died I thought perhaps he inherited money from the Queen Mother, which would enable him to do those improvements. But he apparently had a very minor bequest from the Queen Mother, so where did the money come from?
It's a murky world.
According to several insiders, his behaviour raised eyebrows not just for its cost, but for its tone. He wasn't representing Britain, one source said. He was representing Andrew. And that same sense of self-importance carried into his social life back home. Friends say he surrounded himself with younger, glamorous women who made him feel relevant and adored. He loved being admired, one acquaintance said. It was like oxygen to him. By the time his scandals began to catch up to him, Andrew's world had already started collapsing. His role as trade envoy quietly ended. His military titles were frozen. Then came the ultimate blow. King Charles's decision to strip him of all remaining honours and evict him from Royal Lodge. For a man who once defined himself by status and privilege, the loss must have him spiralling. And now, as he reportedly prepares to move into a smaller private estate, whispers of his past continue to follow him. Robert Jobson's book claims Andrew's taste for massages was no secret among staff. Andrew Lowney's investigation described his Thailand trip as a disgrace. And other sources continue to come forward with unflattering depictions of a man once called the Queen's favourite. It's a royal fall from grace like no other. Whether every detail is true or not, these stories reveal something deeper about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's character, a man shaped by privilege, insulated from criticism, and obsessed with comfort and control. While other royals devoted themselves to duty, Andrew reportedly devoted himself to pleasure. While his siblings managed the pressures of royal life with dignity, he chased attention, validation, and vanity. And now, without his royal title, public funding, or official duties, he faces the one thing he's always avoided: accountability. Andrew is now a man in exile, cut off from the world that once adored him, still surrounded by luxury, but stripped of honour. Whether it's his obsession with appearances, his vanity, or his extravagant lifestyle, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has become a cautionary tale, proof that privilege without purpose always comes at a cost. These days, those who've seen him describe a man lost in the shadow of who he once was. He reportedly spends hours wandering the grounds of Royal Lodge, clinging to the remnants of his old life. The lavish dinners are gone. The royal invitations have stopped, and the silence around him is said to be deafening. For a man who thrived on adoration and attention, obscurity might be the harshest punishment of all. And yet, even in exile, whispers of his former lifestyle still follow him. Former aides, acquaintances, and even old party companions continue to speak out, sharing fragments of what they claim to have witnessed. Nights of reckless spending, strict appearance rules, and a fixation on beauty that bordered on obsession. Whether these accounts are exaggerated or not, they all suggest one uncomfortable truth. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor lived as though the world existed purely for his comfort, and when that world finally pushed back, he simply couldn't believe it. The worst part, we likely have not heard the end of it. More stories, more allegations, more disturbing information to unfold. So, what do you think? Were these just exaggerated stories about a spoilt royal, Or do they reveal who Andrew truly is behind the polished facade? Let me know in the comments. I read every one of them. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss the latest. Until next time, thank you for watching.